Hey everybody, hope you're doing great today. This is Paul, real estate agent, licensed here in Ohio and Kentucky, working in Cincinnati and the northern Kentucky areas. Today's video, I want to talk to you about getting your luxury home ready for sale and the steps you should take to best prepare it so that way buyers are ready to make an offer. So with a luxury home, you're dealing with an entirely different set of buyers. So these buyers are pretty financially savvy. They know the value of things when they're spending their hard-earned money. And so most buyers these days are looking for something that's move-in ready. Basically meaning they put in the offer, go through the inspections, purchase the house, get the keys, and move in. They don't really want to do any updates, do any maintenance. Pretty much everything that needs to be done should be done beforehand before it even hits the market. One of the important things is making sure it's priced right. Now, if everything is in tip-top shape, tip-top condition, you had a thorough deep cleaning done on the house, that allows you to put the pricing at the upper end of the range. So basically the home you're selling is great condition, clean, buyers are going to walk in, they're going to love it, they're going to be willing to pay top dollar for that, versus if a home needs updates, if a home isn't entirely clean, there's other issues going on there, then it can be dealt with in terms of price. So if you lower the price compared to another home that's perfect condition, then buyers might be willing to consider that home at the lower price range because they might be willing to deal with that. As I noted before, most buyers want a move-in ready home, but there are buyers who are ready to purchase a house that needs some work. They can put in their own sweat equity, or they can hire some contractors, improve that home, update that home, increase their equity based on that too. So that is a viable option for some buyers. So if you do go that route, the one problem comes is you're going to find fewer buyers who are ready to make that purchase of that home. So in terms of pricing, you're going to need to look at current home sales in and around your area. Similar configuration, basically how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, are they the same? What is the updates? What are the finishes on that home that just recently sold? Generally, as an agent, we look back no further than 6 months, but with some luxury homes on the higher price range, higher price end, we might be looking back a little further than that too, because there's not a lot of sales in that range, in that price range, based on just 6 months. So we might need to go a little further back than that, but ideally you want to do 6 months. And you can even look at existing homes that are on the market right now. How do they compare to your home? Where are they currently priced at? And look at the pictures. And if you get a chance to visit the home, take a look at it. Do they have a lot of updates in the house that allows them to command a higher price in their asking, versus they've got other issues going on? So part of the preparation process should be doing the routine maintenance and doing the routine upgrades. So your biggest bang for your buck is going to come from kitchen updates and bathroom updates. So those areas where people spend a lot of time, and the ROI, the return on investment, is going to be pretty good over there compared to updating and upgrading other rooms. Now, if your kitchen happens to be updated, your bathrooms are updated, you don't need new fixtures, everything looks great, maybe a fresh coat of paint might help. But those are going to be two key rooms that if you're getting ready to sell, it hasn't been updated in a number of years, you can make the updates in those and then be able to get a better price when it goes on the market for sale. Home staging is another thing you should look at. So when it comes to home staging, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out and hire a professional home stager, take all your old furniture and put in brand new furniture that the home stager provides. There's a lot of basic things that a home seller can do in terms of home staging in order to make it look appealing to the home buyers. So basically what you want to do is you want to take all personal stuff out of the house. So whether it's pictures of yourself, pictures of your family, pets, whatnot, trophies, personal collections that show the buyer that this is your house. Instead, what you want to do is you want to keep it on a neutral setting. So basically when the buyer comes in, they're able to imagine themselves living in that house and their future life in that house. By being able to do that, they imagine themselves in the house, they're more likely to put in that offer, versus they come into the house, they see these different unique things, pictures of family enjoying the house. They're not necessarily going to be able to put themselves in the house, and that lessens the chances of them putting in an offer. So staging also does include the deep cleaning, making sure everything is clean from top to bottom. The best type of odor is no odor at all. So avoid scents, avoid deodorizers that put off strong perfumes and whatnot in the house. It's better just to get rid of whatever is causing the odor, make it a neutral smell. That way buyers appreciate it. Versus if you're trying to cover up smells, some buyers do become suspicious. Why are you covering up a smell? Maybe you're just doing it to make the home smell nice, but buyers might suspect there's something else going on there, that the reason for the scent is to cover up something else. When it comes to large pieces of furniture, if they're obstructing the flow of the rooms or they're making a room look small because you got a lot of large pieces of furniture, I'd recommend thinning those furniture pieces out, taking those large pieces of furniture that obstruct the flow of the room, that make the room look small, and just moving them somewhere else. Putting them in self-storage, putting them in your next house, or just get rid of them if you don't plan on keeping it for the next home. Another wise thing to do is to get rid of any personal collectibles that you have there that are valuable, whether it be artwork, unique music instruments, autographed music instruments. Well, most buyers should be coming in the house with their agent, and the agent is responsible for their buyer to make sure they kind of, just stick to the common things, looking at the bathrooms, looking at drawers, cabinets, whatnot. That doesn't mean you might not get some curious onlooker to say, hey, look at that Les Paul guitar. It's got an autograph from a famous rock musician, and they just have to get pictures of it. They have to handle it, touch it. So there is always that risk that if something's put out there, there is going to be that one buyer who doesn't necessarily have those similar boundaries as everybody else does and might decide, hey, let me just take a look at this, even though they're there to see the house. So the best bet is to remove all that stuff, anything of value, anything unique, collectible, that you don't want anybody touching, you don't want anyone damaging. Pick it up, take it to your new home, put it in self-storage, secure it somewhere else, out of sight, out of mind. That way you don't have to worry about anybody touching your things, which is always a possibility when you're selling your home. So when it comes to the landscaping, as of the day I'm making this video, we're coming out of winter. Had some rough snowstorms over here, so the landscaping might have gotten roughed up during the winter weather. Not only the landscaping, but the outside of the house as well. So one of the big things that people look at when they see a home, whether they're driving by, or even the first thing they see online when a home is listed for sale, is they're going to see a picture of the front of the house. Typically, that's what most of your listing photos have, is a picture of the front of the house. So that curb appeal that people are looking at. If the curb appeal has been impacted by the weather, by all means, improve that landscaping, fix everything up. If the weather's permitting, add some colorful flowers in there. Make sure the exterior is clean. Any dead plantings, any dead trees are removed, your leaves blown. No leaves, no nothing left behind to make things look a little unsightly. That way when the buyers first see the house online and then they also come in person, their first impression is a great impression, and that's what's really going to count. The inside as well has to deliver. So once all that cleaning has been done, the deep cleaning and everything has been put away so the rooms look nice, that needs to be maintained until after closing has taken place. Curb appeal can be improved by the landscaping, making sure the grass is green, grass is cut, good plantings, as well as making sure the exterior of the home looks great. If paint is needed or if some repairs are needed, make sure those repairs are done before even getting listed on the market. One thing a luxury homeowner can do is they can request a home inspection. Well, typically the buyers will be the ones requesting the home inspection. After they've had an offer accepted, the home seller can do a pre-listing inspection, bring out a home inspector, they'll do a full inspection just as if they were doing it for a buyer, but they present that to the homeowner and then they have a full laundry list of things that are potential issues. And the home seller can then use that for making updates or upgrades to make sure that there's one less thing for the buyers to worry about when they do make an offer. Sometimes buyers see a laundry list of repair issues that freak them out, even though they might not be that major, but 1-2 things extra that they didn't need to see, they see a small list, they're less likely to get cold feet and they're going to continue on with that transaction. So working with that home inspector goes along with this next topic, which is basically working with professionals. So when you are going to do the process of listing your house for sale, reach out to a real estate agent such as myself, who's happy to help you with listing your home. Going to walk through your house, give you ideas and say, hey, maybe you want to consider painting the house. Maybe you want to consider moving this stuff here, adjusting these things in order to get the best buyer feedback. So use an expert, use a professional. A lot of them have a deep network too. So if you do need repair contractors for certain work, that real estate agent can connect you with the right people to make sure that the work is getting done, reasonable rates, and quality services provided. When it comes to looking at offers, everything is set. So the buyers are coming in, the offers are coming in. Treat all buyers impartially. So while I understand that owning a home, living in the home, raising family there, all those memories there, it does make it an emotional place. You've got emotional attachments to it. But when it comes time to sell, it is a financial transaction, and that's the way the buyers are going to look at it too. They're looking at is this home something that I want to invest in to make my own memories in? So when somebody puts in an offer, don't get emotional about it. It's another advantage of hiring a real estate agent. They present the facts. Here's the offer. And in many cases, even if you get a lowball offer, that indicates buyer interest. So don't just reject it outright. Don't do the opposite and say raise your price over and above whatever you're asking. Instead, do a reasonable counter that you think you would be willing to settle with. Send that back as a counter offer to the buyer and see where it goes. If the buyers say no, they say no. Move on to the next buyer. But there have been plenty of cases where a buyer comes in, offers a lowball amount, the seller reasonably counters, and they end up closing on the property. So it happens. In my opinion, don't get emotional over the process. Instead, offer a reasonable counter offer. If the buyer takes it, hey, great, you're that much closer to closing, moving on to your next steps for your next home. And if not, there are other buyers there who, when everything is set up right for the home, will be ready to make an offer after visiting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are some of the best ways luxury homeowners can make sure their home gets sold in a short amount of time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.